In this lesson, we are going to learn about setting the navigation pages. Yes, that is more of the architecture of the application. And that is a very important skill, especially when building complex and advanced systems. So you have to plan and create the architecture of the application the way you want the pages to navigate, the way you want to arrange them. That is very important. Then we are going to install the view router that will enable us to navigate through those pages. Then creating the routes. So that is what we're going to learn in this lesson. So without wasting time, let us go straight and create the pages. Okay. So we are going to enter our front end file. So we are going to open the terminal, new terminal, and then we can navigate inside the front end folder. Click on enter, and then now what we have to do, we have to create now the files. We are going to go inside the components, and then inside the components we can create a file that will be the layout file, the main layout. Okay, so we can just call it main layout.view. Enter. Then you can create template on it like that. That is the scaffolding script tag with the setup, because we are using composition API, that has to be there. So inside this layout, we can create a H1 for now, and name is something like a CRUD app. Okay, now we can save and go ahead and create other files. So the other files for creating page, home, and updating, we are going to create them inside a folder. So we can name that folder pages. And then inside the pages folder, we can create the files. The file number one that we're going to create is the home.view. Enter. Then we can create a scaffold for it, templates. And then inside the template, we can create a paragraph. We can say this is the home. This is the home. Then the script has to be there. No, we are not using options API. We're using setup for composition APIs. Then save. For that, we can just copy this and we'll use it on this page. Another file we're going to create is the create page, where we're going to create the user information, and then we can rename this to create page for now. And then another file that you're going to need, it is the update page, where we'll have our form input field to fill the to update our details. So we need that as well. And then you can say update page. That's okay. So basically we have created one file, which is the main layout file that will host these three different layouts, the different pages. So inside the main layout, we are going to use the slots, and then we are going to inject the other file from this slot. Those other file will be displayed below the CRUD app via the slot. Okay. Now we save on that. We go to the subfolders, to the files, to the pages, and inside the create page, we are going to import. We're going to import our main layouts like that, and then we're going to create the main layout tag that is going to cover everything from inside of the create page. So main layout, opening tag, main layout, then the closing tag like that, and then everything else is going to be placed inside. Then you can save that. You can save that like that. The same thing is going to happen on the home page. We are going inside the home page, import the main layout. Then we are going to do the same thing, create the main layout tags. Then from everything else should go inside. Everything else should go inside it like that. Save. Lastly, we're going to the update page, import the layout, main layout, then create the tag for it. The tags, then inside we are going to place the content like that, okay, and then we can save on that. Right now we have 3 pages which are going to be projected from inside this main layout through the slot. Okay, but before we confirm that, we have to create the router links, the path on which we can view them using the router view from Vue.js. Okay, so we are going to create we are going to create a file, okay, and that file should be existing here. So at the source folder, we're going to create a new file. We can name that file as router.js. Okay, here we are going to define all the routes that we are going to navigate using them on the page. So we are going to install Vue router by running this command npm install Vue router. Vue router, enter. This should take some few seconds. It is done, as installed. Let's confirm from the package JSON. view router is right there. That's perfect. Now I can close this terminal, go back to the router, and then we're going to import something from view router. So import something from view router. Perfect. Inside it, we are going to import create router and create web hash history. Perfect. And we're going to define now the route. So we're going to create a variable. You can call it routes. Then it has to be array of objects. And then the route number one that we're going to define is for the home page. Okay, so we are going to call the property name value should be the name of the component, that is home, and then the path, or rather the component's name, is going to be the home. Then make sure it has been imported on the top here. Then finally we are going to require the path now. And then the path is going to be just the / because this will be the home page. Another route is going to have the property, the same property as name, and the name has to be the create page. That's the name of the component. Then the component itself is going to be create page, like that. Make sure it has been imported properly. Then another property path, the value is going to be / then you can just call it create, like that. And finally the last page should have the same property as, we can call the name property value is going to be the update page caps. Okay, that's perfect. The component is going to be update page. Make sure it has been imported from the top here. Then we're going to create the path for it, which is going to be / and then updates. Now, after defining the route, you can just implement them. So we're going to create the router that we can use. We can export it. So const router is going to be equal to create router method that we imported from the top here. Now we are applying it. Now from inside it, we are going to create a variable, a property story, and then its value is going to be create web hash history method that we have as well imported from the top here. Okay, then comma the routes that we've just defined above here. So we are going to export everything. Export default. We're not going to export. We're going to export the router. and that's perfect. Now this, after exporting it, we need to import it on the main.js and attach it to the application. Now we're going to import the router that we've just created and mount it using .use method, and we're going to apply the router inside. Sorry, like that. And then we are going to call the router link and attach them to the app.view. So we are going to clear this for now and create a new scaffold. So we are going to create the template like that, and then the script, of course, like that. Remember, we are using composition API. That has to be there. And then from the template, we are going to now call the router link. This will help us router view, sorry. This will help us view everything on the page that we are navigating through, provided it has been defined on the router file. Okay. Now, I think that is it. I think that should work now, and we have to go and test and see if it is working. So we can open the terminal, and then I can clear everything on the terminal, and then write npm run dev. Then we can copy this link and open it on the Chrome browser. You can open it over here, paste, enter. Now you can see there is this CRUD app, which we wrote it from inside of the main layout, and then the home, we wrote it from the home page. Okay, it has been injected inside the main layout. What about if we navigate to create? Perfect. You can see create page content is showing from the create page file. Let's see updates. Perfect. You can see the update is working. Now you can notice that the CRUD app message is constant for every page, and that's all that we want. Okay, so these 3 pages basically, they do show up from inside main layout under this heading CRUD. Okay, that is what I wanted to show you on this lesson. And from the other lessons, we are going to create the forms. For create page, we need a form to create a user info, and then home page, we need a list to showcase all the data, and then we need an update page with input field that will help us update the user information. So let's meet on the next one. Thank you.